already. This is going to be a big one.
Yeah, this is going to be quite important. I don't think we've seen how big the CT bias is just yet on this map, but it's going to be a factor, and I can imagine these guys will be wanting to play this out seriously as possible. But Stavros getting in the opener here is going to be quite imperative, and I'm just curious to see how well this pans out. It's very, very close so far. So, all in all, I believe if PENTA actually wins this, I might get what I want, to see fnatic on that T side. And I'll be very, very interested. Oh, no. Why you got to do this? Come on, Crystal.
Oh!
Come on, Crystal. This is close. This is going to be close.
That's next stab wins. So, Crystal and Olofmeister are going to be going 1v1. Olof just picks up his third to secure Fnatic's choice, and you are not going to get what you wanted. You wanted to see Fnatic kind of...
Why you got to do this to me, Olaf?
Battle uphill on the T side. They are going to win the knife and opt for the CT side. You said already that that's going to put even more pressure on the boys on the PENTA side of things. That means now on the left-hand side of your screens, you will be seeing Fnatic, on the right, PENTA. And let's see just how well this German side fare. The weaker of the two from this Mousesports PENTA kind of merge. And let's see if they have found any new plays in that scrapbook of strats.
Yeah, we're aware of the sound issues. We're working on those to be resolved, so don't worry. They'll be fixed up as soon as Crystal, as soon as possible. But let's keep our eyes turned towards this, because we saw how important these T rounds are. Even just that first pistol is absolutely imperative to anyone starting out on this map. So Pronax just keeping eyes on down by Ivy. He's going to spot out Crystal early on, but it's Strux edging back around. Now, Crystal's almost a distraction here. You look overall, and really, PENTA's mostly kind of spread out throughout the map, taking their time, maybe just looking to see if anyone pushes up, and JW's starting to roam. Now, JW in this position could be quite powerful if he times it correctly.
No, I think Strux didn't choose to check it. If he had just cast his eyes down the ladder, he would have found a little more than he would bargain for. In the meantime, Crystal had a big chunk of his health taken away. 85 points gone. As now Flusher looks to be ready to anticipate this push on towards the site. There has been a rotate as well. Olof is there rattling off some shots with the USP, and JW, he's coming up the flank.
Yeah, JW could be in a great spot here. Let's see if he can play it out correctly. They're not actually watching the back. He comes around, he does get the tag, and looking for the follow-up towards Troubly, who's just going to push back across and be swept up by JW. Now Stavros and Crystal, last two in this. Stavros had a good shot then, actually takes down Pronax, switches up, finds JW, but Crystal now 1v1. Flusher is on the bomb. I think he's got a kit as well. This is massive, 2 seconds left. Crystal does just about get in time, but no, Fnatic got the defuse. That was down to the wire.
That was exactly what it was. Wow, Flusher confident in his the lack of positioning from PENTA. We are going to be seeing round one on the board to Fnatic. It couldn't have been closer though, and as such, we are going to be seeing an abundance of SMGs and even a Mag 7 picked up for Fnatic. I'm liking the FAMAS is picked up, of course. You are going to be seeing a lot more preference towards those longer range weapons, even on the slightly more forced buys. As you're going to be seeing the double FAMAS.
And I just want to see where they place themselves here, because Fnatic are actually going quite aggressive on towards that open bomb site, the outer bomb site. And look at this position from JW. Nice close quarters, just where you can see that Swag 7 going to work. Look at it just coming in. Stavros goes down. Oh, great tag there towards Tamsin, but doesn't get the kill. But the others will be there to mop up the remains. So Strux now last man standing. You can see the importance of this. He probably won't get much out. You know, Crims will close it down. But I want to see how Fnatic now set up going into the next round. See if we see maybe more of their standardized positions. Because the T side can buy up. They did get the plant in first. So they're going to get those AKs with them. Nothing too crazy, no mollies or anything like that, but enough smokes to work out and execute. And I think Fnatic will respect that enough. They've brought up a lot of rifles. Just switching out one. Pronax going to switch back to that. All right, I was a little worried then. It's like, why would he choose the MP9 over the FAMAS? But he did pick it up in the end. So let's see what they go for. So it's Flusher looking like he's soloing on B, and actually putting 4 players on towards A. So kind of curious here, maybe predicting what PENTA are up to, but Troubly could be in a great spot, and joined by Stavros. They pick up 2. That's a great beginning.
This is a huge aggressive push from Troubly, and something we've seen actually really benefit teams if they can get that player out aggressive into the main bomb site early. Of course, A site is going to be that kind of wide open expanse for Flusher, though, to start picking up P90 frags. That's a threat, as does JW. All of a sudden, PENTA, hopes of the third round comeback is going to be Crystal, who has to step up big. 2 full health Fnatic members thereabouts. JW just a little bit scabbed on the knee. And now with 58 seconds, PENTA have a lot of time to work with here.
He's actually in a fairly decent spot. JW, I don't think, spotted him out, so Crystal could actually come around the back of Flusher, take him down, and then try and Ooh, did he spot him? I think he did. He definitely did there. So Crystal should be able to get this cleanly. He really does need to. Careful with the P90, though. Oh, that felt a little close, but no, he does pick it up. And now 1v1. What does JW do? He pushes in towards the site. Gonna hear the bomb go down. Doesn't actually get the shot off in it. Gives away the position. Crystal now can actually pick this up. Crystal does pick it up. That is imperative for Penta.
That was so very important, and he seemed to execute it so very well. Flusher, maybe a slightly questionable communication between fnatic. They weren't quite sure of Crystal's positioning. They didn't have enough intel to really be able to make the right call on that one, so we did see a very nice 1v2 and a very important 1v2 picked up by Crystal. That's going to put Penta in good stead for this next round.
Yeah, and I was very interested seeing Flusher just down by B in that round rather than the likes of Crims or something like that, and they're doing this again. This is what they like to do. So kind of 4 players over towards A, 1 player on B, fairly standardized. That's nothing new, but you can see once again, look at JW, so aggressive here. CZ to hand, it makes sense. Didn't actually get flashed by that, so does still have a chance here, and the bomb is just up above. So if he gets a glimpse of it, that'd be a good bit of information gathered. And the utility work from Penta is a little off there. That molly is more holding back anyone than helping them out.
Yeah, so a missed flash and a failed molly so far. That's the extent to which Penta are well aware of what JW is going to be doing. He is going to be the master of Pop Dog, the top dog of Pop Dog, as he's going to be throwing out another nade. This is going to be the second flash this time, hoping that it doesn't get blocked by the ladder, and JW is so ready with the CZ, and that's going to tear through them. It's going to rip through the soles of their feet if they choose to fight this.
Oh, he spotted one. He's even got a nade to follow it. That's a lot of damage coming in. Look at that. That's perfect from JW. Even with so little, he can work out so much. But Troubley and Crystal are starting to build in towards the outer bomb site. But right now, Penta are still trying to hold on to this. They broke through JW. It's now a 3v3, but Olaf in a very important spot here. Just by that electric box, showing that no one's pushed out a pop. They're not actually here. And you can see him starting to push for it.
Yeah, now Stavros is suggesting some sort of offensive towards B. The bomb is there as well. It's going to all come down to Flusher, who is just going to be waiting in the wings for this push to take shape. You can see Crystal does draw blood. Flusher, that's a big frag considering the time. 15 seconds is all the T-side have to work with, and they're trying to turn this one around once again. Olaf, prime frag there. Struck's down, bomb down, and Crystal's going to be clutching onto that AK for the remaining 5 seconds.
Yeah, Crystal, he was in the right place, but just not at the right time. Olaf comes back around and picks it up. And once again, guys, apologies for the audio. We'll be working on it. But still, let's take stock of what we saw that round. Penta almost had control. Almost. But then it's just the way fnatic just seem to herd teams. Yeah. And it's like the opposition don't even realize. They're just playing into fnatic's hands half the time. And let's look at Penta. They can't really afford much. They're going for quite the, invested Tech-9 play. Good couple of P250s there. Strux and Crystal not actually getting armor beside them, money being the issue. But I want to see if they can just brute force something here. They've spotted that 4 players have been playing towards that A bomb site. So maybe they just go, screw it, let's just try and go for an all-in B, try and get the plant. We know just Flush has been playing there. But then how much information have they been able to gather? Yeah,
and if they do choose to push kind of a brute force onto B, as you have so dubbed it, he has a P90. That is going to rip through those non-armored pistols. That is going to be a bit of a threat that they need to consider, especially if he does get spotted out. Instead, though, they are starting to push on towards that A site, or at least Stavros was, as he does get put in his place by Olaf Meister's USP. Crystal going creepy crawly. Crim says no, and he's going to find another one. That is prime positioning again, as fnatic are doing just what they did the round prior. tabseN finds something, finds the head of JW, but it's going to be a consolation prize, it seems, as he is just going to be trapped once again as the pincer movement from fnatic closes in.
Yeah, and I absolutely love that from Crims. It's something we saw Forrest doing so often with Nip. He'd just push straight up here, be so aggressive towards A main. But tabseN at least has made this fairly expensive, but not enough so that Olaf wouldn't be able to take him down in the end. But all in all, this is kind of what I expected, and we're still not seeing the fully bought up side. Flusher is sticking with that P90 quite thoroughly, and we do see the AWP. That's what I wanted to see. I'm very excited to see this in practice. Now, will it be JW? Yes, not Olaf this time. It's kind of incredible seeing 2, world-class AWPers on one side, and, JW picks it up. But it's always dangerous against an eco team. You always feel like you could get overwhelmed, but I'm pretty sure JW could land a couple of beautiful shots if he gets the opportunity. However, let's keep our eyes on Penta. What do they have in store? Once again, just creeping their way around Pop. And maybe looking towards B this time.
Let's not forget that P90. I'd pointed out the round prior. It looks like this is going to be kind of becoming a bit more of a reality for Flusher, as he's got those 50 bullets to work with.
God,
that's
and look
10
at that
per
nade.
T. And look at the health been left with after the back of that nade. Stavros just 7, 18 for tabseN. They've been chunked down so very heavily. And as the smokes come out, the delaying tactics enabling that rotate from Olaf Meister. By the time Penta are actually ready to kind of put this push into action, they are going to be even lower. God, look at those health bars.
Yeah, and Olaf's just creeping up. He's almost in the get-right spot or somewhere similar, but on top of the train. Normally get-right just sat down at the bottom of it almost, just watching them walk down from ramp. He's so close, he has that vertical advantage, so he'll just rip through. And look at this, Olaf gets one already. The P90 at range, but that's the vertical advantage I'm talking about. This guy will just get the dome shot straight away and cleans the hell up. That's a 4K. It was against pistols, but just confident, well-rounded, smart play coming in the end then from Olaf. And I love that. He's such a good player at this, whether it be with AWP, M4, AK, it doesn't matter, or even a Tech 9 if you want to go that far. It's just so beautifully done. But now we see finally a buy-up from PENTA. They have the AWP, they have armor, they have what they need. Let's see if they can turn it into a round.
Yeah, and we already highlighted just how important the AWP is on either side. The CTs, of course, really going to be looking for a flexible AWP, and who else but JW.
Ooh,
but Crystal's going aggressive as well, looking to try and counter some of this early CT presence on this A side. It looks like he's not going to be finding too much. I think he caught a glimpse of one there, though. As Game Sound still continuing to find their footing. JW and Crims, I've gone so aggressive. Look at this from the CTs.
This is insane. This is very close. And JW, of course he delivers. Takes down Strux like that and just dancing around the map. Might be caught off here a little too early as Stavros does claim control, but now it's just Stavros. But he's still going at it. 3 kills so far. Crim's the last man alive. He's got to know where he is. Fully flashed though. Crims can adjust. And the bomb is not to hand. Crims playing it well, playing it smart, watching that cross, picks it up, denies Stavros. And fnatic just claim control, and that's the thing. You know, there's no weak point to fnatic, is there? But there's no one you go, all right, in a 1v1, yeah, I'll pick Pronax, so, you know, the biggest brain of the bunch. Oh, no, okay, then maybe Crims, oh, wait, the guy who can solo a whole site. You know, there's no weak target to fnatic. No,
you're right. They are all terrifying in their own way. And I think then the point that has to be made about that round in particular was fnatic. That was not the fnatic that you were expecting to see. 2 AWPs are going to be picked up for this round, just as we were highlighting before the importance of them, especially on that CT side. And we're going to be seeing it once again. flusha's still going to be holding that kind of solo role on B. And I think PENTA may be kind of gathering their resources for another kind of push for the plant. Of course, it all kind of hangs in the balance of putting flusha into an early grave, and I don't think that's going to be becoming a reality. They have 2 smokes and 2 flashes to piece together a plan.
Yeah, and the one thing I always loved about Train, even back in the days, was the ladder play, how beautiful movement can be. And fnatic aren't known for necessarily their flashiness to sometimes the things they do, maybe excluding JW to a degree, but you're seeing so far how comfortable they look on these sites, how beautiful that movement is, and already Pronax spotting out Crystal, removing any threat from A, and probably going to just spur on PENTA to make their play, and they are going to start pouring down that round. flusha is in the smoke just right next to them. He's already taken down Tabs, and this should be shooting fish in a barrel, and my God, is it.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the last one picked up as well. JW put in 2 bullets into 2 brains in 2 seconds. That's going to be another one. 7-1 the score. And let's not forget the magic number 6 so far. Unable to be surpassed by any opponent of fnatic here in the Pro League. And 13 frags for Olaf, 10 for JW. I think they're just taking it in turns to clean up the round.
And I feel I'm not going to get much to see, I'm not going to see much of their T side at this rate.
No, I fear not.
Yeah, I'm a little heartbroken. Like, if PENTA won that knife, it could have been maybe something different, but no. But let's see what PENTA have. Once again, they're a fairly new team, so coming into Train, they probably don't do much, but that is a perfect beginning. Crystal taking down Crims is going to open up that A side, and actually this time, JW went aggressive up towards those brown halls, not going to find anything but troubly, and now B looks vulnerable, but there's still flusha, and he's still waiting.
Yeah, and that's going to be the bomb now loose. Tabson was clutching onto that bomb a little too keenly, but Troubly finally picking up where his teammate left off. Olaf has put the AWP into his hands, of course, and now he's going to be looking to do something with it. He's already taken down 1, and an aggressive push through with the flash and through the smoke. CZ in hand isn't going to render too much. There's the bomb down courtesy of Stavros, and 3 PENTA v 2 CTs. This could potentially be a second round for them.
Oh, it certainly looks like it, unless Pronax can dig deep here. Taking down Stavros, challenging out Crystal. Oh my God, I don't know if he knows he's that close half the time, but here we go. Crystal and Strux, you better be able to hold this. You want this round so badly. And Pronax does find Crystal. Now 1v1 bomb is ticking, and Strux gonna edge in. Does Pronax? No, Pronax is still on the bomb site, but Strux comes in and does get another round on the board for PENTA. And you've got to say, Crystal's opening pick was so important then.
It was very vital opening pick, but the point I wanted to hold on to was Troubly. He was picking up for his team's mistakes there. Yes, he was getting 2 fantastic frags, but it was more so his teammates kind of overconfidence in trying to get the bomb down here. The first person on the site was the bomb carrier. Like, that's not something you expect to see from PENTA. Fortunately, Troubly was there to pick up the pieces, and we are going to see round 2 now for PENTA.
Yeah, and I think the difference there was JW wasn't on the A site either. He was pushing those B halls, so it kind of gave them another frag off the back of it. So I think if JW played more, standard, then they probably wouldn't have got that round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it kind of worked in their favor a little. But now Penta can be opening up towards the open bomb site, try and do what they can. But JW's there, and JW says no, picking up 2 back-to-back, allowing the push up from Olaf to come into play, and all the pieces falling into place except for Crystal and Stavros staying alive.
For now, Stavros is going to be incredibly low. Crystal even lower as he gets put to bed. Crimson Pronax are going to be the men with the frags, and so 8-2 the score. And look at that economy from Penta. Whew, they are staring down the barrel of a gun, and they're going to have to opt for the Tech-9s to try and do something with this. Of course, not picking up too many frags on the high contrast, though. The real frag is for fnatic. Olaf and JW just kind of leading the fray. And I think you're right, JW has just been playing this very, very casual. I mean, that can be said in some of the most high-pressure moments for JW. He plays it very casual, but this is a different style. What a connection. Crystal going down to Olaf's M4.
And I just love watching this. Fnatic are just so damn strong in every single way. Every single player playing their role perfectly, and they're so aggressive. They're not giving up map control a second. They're not giving anything towards the T side. Stavros then breaking through on towards Ivy, but JW's there, and it's another round. But for me, it's just the fact that they're so confident. Once they work out one pick, they just swarm it. They strangle the opponents until they really can gain nothing other than maybe an opening pick here and there and hope to, almost bum rush the other side. But at 9-2, Penta, yes, this is a CT-sided map, but they've got to get more than this.
They've got to get more than that. They've also got to get closer in the rounds, in these rounds. Like Fnatic are pretty much finishing with 4 or 5 men up, especially in these last couple of rounds. They've been finishing with a whole lot more than perhaps they should, especially on these pistols. You could expect to see a couple of extra kills picked up by Penta, and you are spotting something different from Penta here.
Well, it's just the fact that they've actually drawn Pronax away from just being able to focus on towards, A main. He's had to be drawn back towards Ivy just because of Troubly them, just pulling him back towards it. But it doesn't matter because they're 1 by 1 walking out in towards Flusher and Crim. So we're going, all right, if you're going to just peek us 1 by 1, I'll just, pad our scoreline really nicely. And look at Crims again, confident, playing it out well. Last man is Strux. And while he did find Olaf, but Crims is there. It's so simplistic for Fnatic, it looks.
It does look very, very simple. Just I think, again, another problem for Penta is the fact that they haven't been able to string a buy together in so long. Finally, though, we are going to see the AWP in their hands once again. Double AWP, actually, as they're opting to do something with this one. Try and find that opening pick, and in response to from Fnatic, it is. It's going to be 4 AWPs on the map in this 13th round, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this one shapes up.
And every time they've had a double AWP, JW did this before, but Olaf Meister this time, pushing up towards B halls. He's actually going to push up aggressively. And I wonder if he's going to find anyone here. I think Stavros. Wow. Great shot taking down Olaf. Last time this happened, they quickly moved over towards B, but the bomb is not with them. That's still loose. And I wonder where JW is. Is he still down by Pop there, or is he? Or he's lurking. He's starting to look. But this is an opportunity for Penta.
We have seen JW in this spot with a CZ, a Mag 7, and now an AWP. He is just, it doesn't matter what he's got in his hands, he will play as he chooses to. And now Fnatic, they do not have the numbers advantage, but it still feels like they can really start to force Penta out of shape if Flusher continues to play aggressively. Does actually opt to steal the AWP away, throw it away, and take that away potentially from the Penta side. Of course, little does he know there are 2 AWPs in play, and he's just trying to get that as far away as possible. In the meantime, 45 seconds, and the T side going to have to get a bit of a wiggle on.
Pretty far. I'm not sure if Flusher's even going to be aware that he could have gotten this far. And Stavros spots him. Flusher, I think, saw him back, but Stavros needs to land this shot. After such a cracking opener, to miss this sitter is going to be a real shame, but it is drawing 2 players across. Flusher does find him, but Penta aren't really there. JW is also holding back the flood by Pop, but with 25 seconds, Penta needs to make their move. Crystal finds Crims. JW starts hunting, though, and he's just behind the 2 players pushing in towards B, and with enough time bought by Pronax and Flusher, he could come around the back here and do some insane damage.
Good. Crystal is nowhere to be seen. He's returning through connector. JW. Oh, he misses the sitter. Was caused through smoke. Troubly, though, is going to be having just 8%. Hits the no-scope, looking for the second, but Strux says no as 2 AWP frags are picked up now and all onto Pronax once again. He's been in a 1v3 before. He took 2 last time. He's going to be looking to do something even better this time. Not going to happen. Tabson secures the round for his team, and it was so very hard fought. The last 15 seconds was when the bomb went down. They're just going to put 3 on the board for Penta.
Yeah, but look at the economy. Still pretty darn strong with Fnatic. They can easily get back into this. Crim's still with 7k after buying up. You've got Flusher, sitting on 2 after buying up 4 for JW. They're pretty much golden going into this. Whereas on the T side, they're scraping things together. 2 AWPs once again in play, and that worked out well. But I'm curious to see if they double stack B again for Fnatic, and they're not. They're going back out to their 4 players on towards A. Every time they've had a double AWP before, or whenever it's in practice, they like to stack it out towards B. But so far, it's actually been mostly the rounds that PENTA have got close at. But, once again, Troubley gets the opener, and this is looking much better. PENTA is starting to work out a couple of things here and there, but Fnatic still don't look all that pressured.
I don't think we're going to be seeing Fnatic pressured at all if PENTA continue down this path. Wow, all off M4 v AWP, and Crystal is the one that's best in.
Only JW would play that as well.
It's
you know
ridiculous.
What I mean?
It's ridiculous. It's kind of reminiscent of his apps play on Inferno, that kind of crazy aggressive peak you're not expecting. Are we actually going to see it? No, we're going to be seeing a nade thrown down, just completely miss him as well.
It's not working.
PENTA have struggled with a flash and a nade now, and we're going to see it. Oh, he sees a toe, he knows it's coming. Going to be able to avert the flash, and it's a no-scope. Troubley dives into the barrel of JW, and that's going to be JW holding such, I'm going to say it, this is what Devil Walk came from his mouth. Absolutely said it to me at LAN. He said, yeah, he plays stupid positions, and that's a prime example of that one. JW making stupid work, as now tabseN is the last man standing, and he has got 4 Fnatic members to find. He's made it 3, and Flusher shuts him up. 14 rounds have been played out, and 11 of them have gone in favor of Fnatic.
And sometimes, that theory of sometimes playing not to the standard. There was a term coined back in our days of playing, many a moons ago. If you played in a certain way, you'd win in that certain way. And sometimes JW puts himself in a bad position almost, but of course he's going to hit that shot because it's JW. No one else would ever, risk sitting in bloody pop with an AWP when people can, flash, nade, molly.
He legged him as well.
And it's just, he's such a beast right now. This map and JW are going to be such a huge force. And even Olaf and Crim's finding the kills here. PENTA just, falling into the trap of trying to flood Fnatic. And Fnatic are just saying, all right, keep walking at us. We got 4 here.
Yeah, and I mean, when we look at this scoreline, it's not crazy. I mean, we've seen, the train does really favor the CT side. But this is still looking like an incredible... I don't want to say underperforming Fnatic. That sounds like dumb. Let's go for Fnatic, who aren't not operating at the highest capacity. I think that they could. This is very much them. Let's be honest. JW would not be sitting in Pop Dog. Actually, no. You
never know. Let's be honest.
Here.
I think this is Fnatic testing things out, right? This is their first official appearance on Train.
Yeah.
I assume they've been practicing this quite some way. Every now and then, a couple of scrims going on with their team, other teams, but. This is the first time they're actually playing out in an official. So things change, and you can see what they've been building on. You can see what they do with the double AWPs. You can see their standard play. But for me, this map isn't really about the CT side in my eyes, because that's not in theory the easier side, but it's the side you should win on. It's the T side that I want to see the difference. I want to see Fnatic on T side. I want to see how they're going to be above the rest. And already a molly, 2 flashes, 2... This is a strange buy-up. We are live into the game, by the way, so hopefully we can jump back into this. And I want to watch Fnatic's perspective, because this is very different. 5-man stack, mollies, 2 flashes, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the different play that I want the definitive Fnatic on.
Oh, and look at that connection. tabseN brought down to just 1 HP. Olaf is going to finish that one up. And this is where Fnatic are just going to go swarm mode. The molly is going to be hitting up connector. That's going to stop the rotate. At least that's where I think it went. Didn't quite catch the end of that one. If we are going to be seeing Flusher burn the toes of Strux. Looking for more, though, as PENTA are just being pressured and pressured hard. Fnatic, bomb now down and 3 CTs to find. Oh, JW, look at this position. He is such a cheeky minx.
He knows exactly where they're going to be, how he wants to play it. Already finds Crystal, and now Troubley is in trouble. He's got JW round the side, Pronax in front, and Flusher didn't even need to be involved. That's what I wanted to see from Fnatic. These sort of plays where they have something in mind, they execute perfectly, and they add that little flair, that Fnatic flair of JW just going down pop straight away, getting around the back, knowing where they're going to be, and just picking it up. That's beautiful to me. But now, where do they go? What's the next purchase? This has got to be worked out in their minds. So 3 rifles, 2 SMGs, you've got the MAC-10, and a couple of other utility items in play. But PENTA have invested quite well into this 5.7s with armor, coupled with the scout. Something that will become very commonplace in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, the scout, it's been favored before. We started seeing more of Train. Now we're seeing Train. You're absolutely right that we're going to be seeing 1, even maybe 2 scouts as you currently see in the hands of PENTA. And fnatic, they are in no rush for this one.
And I want to see their setup here. This is all about fnatic for me. It's, you know, PENTA, they're a great team, but they're not going to be turning this scoreline anytime soon. And I want to see what fnatic do. Funny enough, Crimson switching up to the pistol didn't, you know, have enough bullets and in the EK to do the damage, but all in all, fnatic very cautious in showing their hand here. Olof, with that Mac-10, going to work his way through Ivy, come down, find Troubly. That's perfect for that weapon. And they're all converging on towards A. Flusher comes in with his. And they're almost prioritizing, in a weird way, the SMG kills. And it's working out. JW cleans up 2 from the site. That should be a comfortable bomb plant coming out from Crims. And Stavros is nowhere to be found. He's probably going to try and save this as best he can, just because he's got that armor and 5-7. I don't think he can achieve much more from this. But I just want to take stock on what we saw. I love the way that the SMGs got a kill each, because that's a lot of money coming in additional.
1,200, yeah.
Exactly. And then JW using the AK perfectly. He can then drop that off to, you know, maybe Flusher or Olaf, and they can switch up depending on the money system and how they want to play it. And I love that. I'm not sure if that was, you know, a full execution from fnatic, but it was just a smart bit of play. But Stavros, oh, he actually does pick up Pronax at least, but the 3 rifles are still very much safe, and you can see them spread out. If you open up the map as well very quickly here, you can see those rifles are completely further away from each other, so you can get no back-to-back kills. They'll stay in their hands, and it's fnatic being smart. You just don't get them. You know, you just do not get them on a bad foot. It's so hard to push these guys out of comfort. And there we go. We've got 3 AKs now back in purchase, 1 Galil, and Olaf sticking with the Big Daddy Mac-10.
And that is a plethora of nades as well. Look at that. They're going to be seeing...
Are they going to for an execute?
I don't know. I was wondering if we're going to be seeing an execute on A. I wouldn't be too surprised, especially because they know that the economy on PENTA is going to be completely dismantled.
Good counter flash, though.
And Crims did get caught out by a flash. Stavi is a prime position, and they have stacked up. This could actually go slightly wrong for fnatic if they don't hold steady, and we are going to be seeing JW just execute perfectly, put an AWP or an AK in his hands, and he will have no problems. The frags keep coming, and Stavros, they know exactly where he was. He did pick up that opening frag onto Olaf Meister. He is not long for this world, as Crims picks up his second, and that's going to put 15 on the board. They even got the bomb down as if they needed more money, and we are now going to be seeing the 16th. I think it's not long before we see this one end, Lauren.
I tend to agree, but let's see who warps in this. Will it be JW switched out, or will Olaf stick with it? I think Olaf's going to stick with this.
At this
He's got
point
a better
in the game,
spawn than JW as well, actually, I think. So, actually, no, he doesn't. They're about equal. But I want to see where he takes it, what he does with it. He's going to go down towards Ivy, not main. We're going to see Olaf and Pronax heading down that way. JW over kind of by A main. Flusher and Crims over by Pop. And look at this. Nice counter flash comes out. Troubly will collect Olaf and follows up towards Pronax. That is massive.
That is huge from Troubly. He's been getting the most vital frags in this game for his team. JW's been brought low as well, as his team are starting to shape things up, but Tabson's been caught out. The bomb isn't there, though. That's loose, and it's in JW's kind of court. There is going to be Strux pushing in on him, and he's just going to have to lurk in this smoke, hoping to God that Strux doesn't find it, but he's on the hunt, or at least he was. Can I check back?
Strux doesn't know he walked through the smoke.
Know. And now Crims has leveled the playing field. It's going to be even more difficult now for PENTA, as it's going to be a 3v2. It started strong for PENTA, and Strux hasn't got a clue.
He's been missing him every single second.
He messed with him, and now...
And the bomb is up top. It's not even down there. They can get the bomb, but I don't think they expect Strux here either, because JW's kind of cleaned sight, and he's like, well, guys, I don't see anyone here. Maybe they're all on B. Do you want to come down, Pop? You know, it's all these things, and I wonder where Crims is going to go. Is he going to go towards B?
He saw him.
Oh, JW found Strux. That's surely game over here. Troubly's going to have to pull off a miracle. He's going to have to get an ace to save this.
Yeah, picked up 3 already. The last remaining 2 know exactly where he's coming from. He's low as well. This is very much an insurmountable task for Troubly. Can he do it? The answer is a resounding no, as JW puts the final bullet. The